All right, casual video here today. Just kind of a mid-year check-in. I'm mostly doing this so I can hold myself accountable at the end of the year because I have a very, very bad habit of starting series, being obsessed with it for a couple months, and either getting caught up and then falling behind when the series continues, or stopping and starting another series and not continuing with the ones I was previously enjoying. So this is me holding myself accountable. Obviously, I'm currently reading the One Piece manga. I'm having a delightful time, but I have slowed down in watching the One Piece movies. I believe I watched Stampede, Gold, and Red. Yeah, I watched Z last year. So I really should pick up continuing on with the movies. Am I enjoying Egghead? God, yes. This is the most hyped I've ever been for One Piece since a very, very, very long time. Maybe Marineford. If this is not going, it can't be my favorite arc, but it is damn close to my favorite arc so far. I am adoring Egghead. I've got new favorite characters. I got new favorite heartbreaking moments. I have never been more excited with the theories that are coming out. And that does lead me to another thing that I want to do more in the upcoming months / next year. I'm very busy the next couple months. And that's get more into the theory side of the One Piece fandom. I love theories. I love the crazy ones. They barely based on evidence, just here for good time vibes. And I also like the ones that are like, yeah, you genuinely make good points. That is good foreshadowing. That is good evidence for this theory. I like the crazy ones more. So I really do need to get more into watching other YouTube creators and other people on other platforms' theories concerning One Piece, where they think it's going, what they think could happen. People have sent me video links or said, hey, you should check out this person's theory. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Definitely up my alley. I will get to that. And then I just don't have, so busy, I don't have the time. So I really, really want to make the time to interact with more the One Piece theory side of things. I promise I will try to keep my tinfoil hat in check, but we've seen how that's gone in the past. It normally takes over, okay? I'm not good. I go full tinfoil hat a lot of the time. I'm pretty close to catching up with Hunter x Hunter, so if I'm not caught up with Hunter x Hunter by the end of this year, I'm gonna be pissed at myself. Current Jessica, probably past Jessica once I rewatch this, finish Hunter x Hunter, okay? I was a little bit lackluster with the Chimera Ants arc. It was really hyped up, and I enjoyed the first, third of it so much. But then that narrator came in, and I have an unreasonable hatred for narrators. There's very few things that takes me out of a story and drive my blood pressure up the way that a narrator does. So as much as I enjoyed many elements of the Chimera Ant arc, and again, broke my heart, new favorite characters, absolutely adored moments of this arc so very much. The narrator did drag it down. I'm not looking forward to when I have to rank the Hunter x Hunter arcs once I'm all caught up, because Chimera Ant might be a little bit low. Can I break it up into sections and rank different sections of it? Might have to. I'm realizing Kurapika is also still my favorite character in that arc, and I've barely had him. He hasn't really been in it since the York New arc, and he's still my favorite, so I really need to get into, Kurapika's memories chapters, prequel to Hunter x Hunter, so that's the next on the plan, and then finish off the manga, because I've passed now where the anime has been. But I do need to finish Hunter x Hunter, but I'm not too far. I'm somewhat impressed that I made it as far as I have. Then you have Berserk. Oh my god, this is going to be a new favorite series of all time. Everything's getting better and better. I'm in with the Holy Knights, Chain Knight arc stuff. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I've only just started it, so the video that's out currently, I need to pick up and continue on from there. I just really have no time anymore. But the exploration on trauma and seeing Guts respond to everything, we'll say post-eclipse, has been, it hurts, it is wonderful in its execution. Would prefer there was less sexual assault as a plot device, but other than that, I have no complaints for this series. the parallels between what Guts goes through, what the people around him is going through, the dark fairy tale vibes. Again, trauma, but then the hurt, the beauty, the continuing on nature of it, light at the end of the tunnel that's just peeking through, and I fully expect a boulder to come down on the tunnel and crush that little bit of light and hope that you have left. I don't expect this to have a happy ending. I'm in love with the story of Berserk. It is glorious, and I'm so happy I started it. I just need to find the time to continue on. Again, I have made the mistake of starting too many series at once. Please see Attack on Titan, because I was tired of people at work the people at work don't watch that much anime, but they have watched Attack on Titan, and I would like to talk to them about it, but they can't spoil anything for me, because I know next to nothing about the series, so I had to start Attack on Titan. And I've started now the episodes just before Season 2, those side stories and prequel kind of stuff. I'm about to start Levi's section, and I just need to find the time to sit down and just binge the rest of Attack on Titan. Because obviously, do I need to say it's wonderful? Because I think that goes without saying. There's a reason this is one of the most hyped anime that there is recently. That being said, I shouldn't really say that because, again, I hate Jujutsu Kaisen, so if Attack on Titan fell for me, I'm just going to pretend I didn't watch it and not tell you guys. That's also a lie. I would definitely have to rant to somebody, and you're the only ones I got. So that's my priorities for the end of the year. Finish Attack on Titan. I'm realizing this is going to be a lot to accomplish by the end of the year. Finish the Hunter x Hunter manga, and I would love to finish Berserk for no other reason than I need to start Vinland Saga. They have pretty editions coming out, 3-volume sets, and I want them. So that is way too much to do by the end of the year, but I shall try, and I might have to binge some and do a how much manga can I read in 24 hours video, to which I can binge Berserk. And I know they say take your time, enjoy the series. Berserk is such a delight. I want to binge it. I just need to find the time to do so. So that's a good excuse to do it, and I'm very excited for that moment that I can just say I'm caught up with Berserk. Talking about series that I finish, frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Do I need to say this is the most glorious thing ever made? Because this is the most glorious thing ever made. Frieren is, honest to God, flawless. The most perfect execution of what it is trying to be in this slow narrative story of human connections and friendships and understanding the passage of time and making memories and not letting time pass you by to lose moments with everyone around you. And the characters are brilliant, and the dialogue is brilliant, and the animation is beautiful. Everything about frieren. I got a video just gushing about it, and it's, oh my god, I love frieren so much. I want to read the manga, but obviously I have too many manga already started, so I can't, but I want to. Future Jessica, if you have started the frieren manga when you're reading this, I'm going to be very upset with you. The Apothecary Diaries. I did not expect to absolutely fall in love with this series. I did not expect this anime to be for me at all. I thought, stupidly, because past Jessica's an idiot, that this anime would be essentially a harem anime where the main character, the apothecary, ends up as a courtesan or working for the courtesans of the emperor, which is essentially his harem, and I don't know, she's obsessed with poison. There's there's comedy and a little bit of romance. The vibe of the trailer just gave me the wrong impression, because this is just so beautiful in all the characters being completely fully developed, lacking agency, and trying to fight for power and control when you have none, and how Mao Mao, the main character, is just so protective of those around her, specifically those in lower positions who could be killed off, brushed aside, left with nothing at the whims of those in power. And I adore this series so very much. And again, would love to read the manga, would love to read the light novels. I don't have enough hours in the day, and I clearly can't quit my full-time job. So I wish I could clone myself, just so one of me could stay home and read manga and the other one could go to work and make a living. That would be lovely. I finished Haikyuu. Oh my god, binge this series. like in a mad rush so I could watch the movie. The movie brought me so much joy. I have never been so happy just walking out of the theater. I really wanted to and wish I did. My biggest regret is not just turning around, buying another ticket, and then going right back in to watch the movie again immediately after. I have never been so happy. I love this series. Definitely need to read the manga, but my hype has died down enough that I'm like, I can wait till I finish the series I've already started. But oh my god, Haikyuu. I did not know I liked sports anime. I didn't know I liked volleyball. This show is nothing but volleyball. There's dynamics between the characters, but I expected a little bit more everyday life kind of thing. No, it's them training for volleyball, it's them playing volleyball, it's them winning and losing volleyball games. And I would not change a second of it. If anything, give me more volleyball. I didn't know anything about volleyball before starting Haikyuu. Will I learn anything else about it? Probably not, unless it teaches me something in the manga. So good, and I love these characters. I love their dynamic. I love them all. So I want to continue with that as well. But again, not on the priority list. I gotta be somewhat reasonable here. To the people who recommend Mob Psycho 100 to me, thank you. My god. Perfect. It is perfect. 10 out of 10. One of my favorite animes of all time, topped only by Bungo Stray Dogs back there, and I absolutely adore Mob Psycho. It is the most wholesome anime. It is hilarious. The action is great. The animation is phenomenal. The story is flawless. Reagan is one of my favorite characters of all time. Mob is an absolute delight. It is just self-growth, self-worth, bettering yourselves. This one should be like taught in schools and shown to middle schoolers for how it will impact you as a person and just lead you to be a better version of yourself. I adore Mob Psycho. I'm so happy that I watched this series this year, or the past 6 months. I also finished the first season of Solo Leveling. I probably will continue with this one eventually once season 2 comes out. If it has, I don't think it has already. I feel I would have heard about it. I don't have too much to say. It really got me by the end, got me a little bit hooked. I like the concept and powers. I'm still not the biggest fan of switching between our world and like dungeon clearing world. Kind of feels like a video game / Dungeons & Dragons, just back and forth of it all. But the powers are really cool. The sound, the soundtrack of it, score of it, might be watching this just for the soundtrack. Which I'm very happy that I enjoyed this, because I was a little bit worried it would be another instance of everyone praising Jujutsu Kaisen because of the action and animation and just the style of it. People like it for other reasons, very valid, sure. But that was like the drawing element that I had seen from Solo Leveling was the art style, the action, and of course the animation, everything that was coming out in the trailers. I was worried that I wouldn't enjoy the story and the characters, but I did. I definitely enjoyed the characters, especially by the end of it, and the story is getting me a little bit interested by the end, so I'm excited to see where it goes. Chainsaw Man, I have caught up with the manga. I think the last chapter, I might be one chapter behind now, but I love Chainsaw Man. Part 2, I adore it so very much, even more than Part 1, and I loved Part 1. Do expect eventually a Chainsaw Man video from me where I'm just gushing about Part 2 and Denji as a character, because I really love Chainsaw Man. I really can't say anything without going into spoilers, and I don't want to. It won't be a full plot-by-plot breakdown. It'll just be me talking pretty much about the themes and Denji, again, Denji as a character, so I'll make that video shortly. Currently airing anime that I really need to pick up and just continue on, because again, I watched it, the ones that aired, and then I just fell behind. Mr. Villain's Day Off, I need to continue. I adore the manga. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up with the manga of that one, and it's just a wholesome little sweet delight, and I love it. The Black Butler public school arc, I was keeping up weekly, and then I'm just like, you know what, I'm letting it finish, I'm letting it get ahead, I'm just gonna let it go so I can binge it when I'm ready, and I just haven't got around to that. I don't know if it's completed yet. I think most of the episodes are out, if not all of them, and now the next time I get a moment, I probably am just gonna binge it after Attack on Titan. Priorities, Jessica. Dead Note Death Play, again, I only really want to continue it because I kind of want to, I want to continue series. I don't just want to watch the first season or part 1 and then completely drop it when the next part comes out and not continue on unless I have a real good reason not to continue. So I do want to continue with that one. Steins Gate, I'm almost done. I'm working my way through. I'm doing good. Once I finish, I'll make a video on that one. Same thing with Zom 100. Watched a couple episodes and then just haven't picked it up again. In terms of ones I've dropped, I did watch Spy Family Code White. Was not a fan of the movie, not really. But I haven't so much as dropped the manga as I've gotten secondhand embarrassment from what is currently happening. So eventually I will push past that and continue on, but it's on a little bit of a hold right now, which is why I was looking for an anime or manga that was more slice of life. And I picked up Sakamoto Days, but as the video I made when I just read the first 31 chapters-ish, the humor and action weren't meshing well for me. The humor wasn't my vibe. And it wasn't so much slice of life as I wanted. I would have loved a more focus on the convenience store before it branched out into other areas and elements as the assassins are coming upon them. I just would have liked more assassins coming at them at the convenience store. Just keep the convenience store its central location for a little bit longer and the heart of the family. So the focus of that one wasn't where I want it to be because I was specifically looking for a slice of life action similar to Spy Family. And the vibes are a little bit similar, but not hitting the same way that I wanted them to. So it's not so much I dislike Sakamoto Days. It's just not what I was looking for in the moment. So it's still on my list to eventually continue on, but nowhere near my high priorities. Opposite, though, Delicious in Dungeons. Again, the vibes are not meshing well for me. The comedy elements are not meshing well with the story because there is a very much urgent need to accomplish something, yet the pacing is very slow, meandering, which works for the themes of the story of environmental balance, getting through things. Like, the pacing works for the story. It's just, I'm like, can we focus on the life or death situation over here? But the story wants to be wholesome cooking anime manga. So the balance is just not working for me. I made it, how many episodes? 18 episodes, and I'm like, this is just, again, the humor, the slice of life, cooking, sweet, wholesome vibes, life or death situation. It's just not blending well, but I think I would like it more in the manga. So once I get my top priorities out of the way, I do plan to try the Delicious in Dungeons manga, because I think the humor and vibes just might blend well more when I'm setting the pace and reading through the pages rather than in the anime. I don't know if it's how it's animated. I don't know if it's the voice. I don't know if it's the pacing. I don't know what it is that's not meshing for me, but I love this world that they're in. I love the history that is surrounding this dungeon and elves and the magic of it. I want to love it because I love the world of it so much. So I think I just need a different medium. We'll see. Not anime, but animation. I have watched the first season of Hazbin Hotel, and I've been saying, oh, I'll immediately watch Hell of a Boss. Guess who's bad at continuing on with series? I still haven't watched Hell of a Boss yet. So, future Jessica, you better have watched Hell of a Boss when you're rewatching this. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, Netflix. I don't know if I'm watching season 2. I should give it more of a chance. Did not enjoy that at all. Books, I've not read as much as I would expect to at this point in time. Yeah, I blame a little bit of it. I was on a reading slump, a little bit of it. My mother came out to visit, and it was both our birthdays within the same week, and then it seems like that entire month got away from me, and then the next month flew by before I knew it. I was busy with work. My cousin moved out the month after that, and I've just been spending so much time at her place that I just haven't had time to sit down and read. But I've gotten back into it now. I'm back into my habit of reading at night. But I have definitely read some books. I got a little bit into extreme horror again. I definitely need to continue more in this genre. Through the Eyes of Desperation, both the black and red version. I love the red version. The author of which has a new horror book coming out, and I forget, it's something like, I think you scan QR codes or something like that and get an image. I can't remember. Let me go watch his TikTok real quick. Okay, yes, it's called Benjamin, and you read the story, then you get a QR code, and you get a short clip with mystery element. This is extreme horror. I'm mildly concerned about what clips are going to be shown. I think what he shows in his YouTube trailer, which I'll link in the description, shows, so it doesn't look that gory graphic, almost like old PlayStation games, but don't care. I loved this man's stories that I've read so far, and he's really good with the character work. So it's not just showing what you've read so far, it's like an added mystery that you have to pick up details to continue on and fully understand, I guess, the story. Or help solve the mystery sooner. I don't know what this is about. I don't care. I just want to give him my money so I can read it. I'm so excited for this one, okay? I love extreme horror. I love this idea of the mixed media elements. I love the idea of reading the book, scanning the QR code, seeing something more terrifying maybe than what's going on the page, and just having it add to the story. I'm very excited for this one. I also read Broken Dolls, which I enjoyed much more than the previous books by that author. I read that one specifically for my reading books by YouTubers that I physically own, because apparently a good way to make me buy a book is, I like your channel, you wrote a book, cool, let me read it. So I read some of Daniel Green's, which I really enjoyed. I read the Try Guys book, Jammy Dodger's book, so really enjoyed reading all those, and I enjoyed most of them, and I'm very happy for that. I'm not sure if there's any more YouTuber books that I need to get to, but, oh, actually, no, Daniel Green's got one, I think it's Goblin Lawyer or something like that. I hope that's true, because if it is, I need to read it. I read some romance books, worked out better than I expected. I am a horror fan. I don't do romance, really at all. But they were super cute. Granted, one was about a serial killer, and a series that I have not continued yet. Is anybody surprised? But no, I enjoyed that genre element more than I expected. If I normally want romance, I read fan fiction, okay? I reread Fire and Blood's Dance of the Dragon section in expectation for the new season, which is wonderful. I love Fire and Blood more than anything. It's so good. It is wonderful. The series I have my issues with. I have to work through my issues with the series so far. I don't dislike it. Only 2 episodes are out so far. I liked episode 2. Episode 2 was wonderful. Episode 3 is going to decide whether or not I like this series, probably. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. It comes out tonight. I read the first Mistborn book, or Final Empire, called Mistborn. Now, I'd already read that book. It's just my library didn't have the other books for me to continue on the series. And I had said that I wanted to also continue on with the Bloodsworn saga. I want to reread Shadow of the Gods and continue on with that at the same time as I was reading Mistborn, like kind of go back and forth between those 2 book series. That's a terrible idea. Past Jessica, why do you think that you can start all these series? So I haven't finished my Shadow of the Gods reread yet, so I'm going to just focus on Mistborn for the time being. So I've picked up the 2nd book. I'm going to be starting that one very soon, continuing on with that. 1 series at a time. Stop picking up so many series and expecting you to read them. You still haven't finished your Dresden Files reread. Patrick, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Ridiculous. Riley Sager came out with a new book, Middle of the Night. I didn't like it, but I love Riley Sagar. I enjoy his writing. I binged my way through it. It was really only the ending I didn't like, and I will, of course, read his next book. There are 2 other books, 2 other authors that I basically buy whatever they got, and recently, I have stopped immediately reading these 2. That's going to be Paul Tremblay and Peter Swanson, both of which have new books out I have not picked up because I just haven't been enjoying their more recent stuff. But I'm going to definitely give them another chance because I just like their writing. I've loved their stories in the past, like ungodly amount love their stories in the past, that I just want to love it like that again. And I'm going to read these 2 books and hope they hit the way that the books that they have written in the past, if I love them the same way. Fingers crossed. I want to love them. I read some books on magic and witches, mostly magic, a little while ago that I will make a video for eventually, and I'm currently in a vampire mood, so I'm currently reading Interview with the Vampire, and I've read a couple other vampire books, and I got 2 more vampire books that I want to finish before I make the More Vampires video, so I've been enjoying that element. I love a good vampire story. I read a bunch of Victor Laval a while ago and had meant to make a video just ranking and talking about all of his books, because I was planning to read basically the majority of his backlist, till I realized I wasn't really liking them, so not sure if that video is coming out ever, but Ballad of Black Tom, I mean, 5 stars, easy 5 stars, love that one, so for sure recommend that one. I read White Knight by Fyodor Dostoevsky, butchering that name, I'm sorry. But, am I reading it for no other reason than the name is from a character from Bungo Stray Dogs? Doesn't matter. I actually love his writing, so I probably will hopefully be continuing more with them. Again, I've started his books, I've put it down because just other things got my attention and pulled me away from the massive tome novel that he wrote that's a zillion pages long. And I'm just like, I like it. Because I like your writing, but my God, this story. But we'll definitely be reading more from him eventually. Hey, future Jessica, did you actually finish the Five Brothers one? Please tell me you did. And finally, I do plan to read some short horror books. So basically anything that I have on Scribd that's under like 3 hours long to read or listen to. And I feel like that one I can accomplish. So fingers crossed that one I get to soon for no other reason than I need to get back into reading, and short horror is a good way to keep me motivated and actually sticking to my normal reading schedule, especially at the end of the night when I'm tired and just want to go to bed. Or binge Berserk. That also seems like a delightful idea. Most of these check-ins also say, like, your favorite characters, best thing you've read, most anticipated. I can't do most anticipated, okay? I never stick to a TBR. I need to finish what I've started so far that I've talked about this video, and I'm praying I can actually do that. So, future Jessica, don't start any new series. But in terms of favorites of this year, like, I was not expecting to love Mob Psycho, Frieren, and Apothecary Diaries the way I did. I already knew I was going to love One Piece. I probably wasn't expecting to love Egghead as much as I did, as much as I do. I'm so obsessed with One Piece. It's a delight. If I had to pick a favorite character of the year, Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries, Reagan from Mob Psycho, I really love them. You know what? No, I had planned to do a favorite characters just of all time video, so that will be my goal there, to rank favorite characters. Denji. Is the answer Denji? The answer is probably Denji. I love Chainsaw Man. I have not found a new favorite book of the year, though, so that will also be my goal, is to find a book sometime throughout the next 6 months that actually is a full 5 stars, full favorite all time. So hopefully I find something like that. Anyway, that's all I got. I will talk to you later. Bye.